Hi everybody, I am here today to share with you my just completed Stamperia Vintage Library mini album. This is a full tutorial series album as well. It was designed for Scrap and Create, who provided all of the products that I used to create this album. So if you would like to follow along, the links to the tutorial series will be in the description box below. And if you'd like to purchase your supplies, you can go ahead and click on the links for the products that I use from the Scrap and Create website. They're listed in that description box below. So this album is an album that measures 7 inches by 8.5 inches. It has a curved spine, so the spine is actually about 2 3/4 of an inch. It has 4 pages inside. This is a floating spine. It's a little bit of a different design from what I usually do, but with this curved spine, I wanted it to look like an old book. So there's lots of dimension on the front cover here with some of the wooden shapes, some flowers from 49 and Market, and then this is a piece of the 12 by 12 paper that's just popped up on some chipboard to give it a little bit more dimension. I've also used some graphic 45 trim here in French blue throughout the album, and there are some charms inside as well. This is a 4-page album. It's a little bit different style page than I would normally do. I'll show you what I mean when we get to it in just a moment. So in this album, I used a variety of the 12 by 12 and 8 by 8 pages, both the backgrounds and the collection pack. So they are mixed and matched in here. So first I've got this large image of the dragon. I didn't want to cover this up. I just thought it was so cute. So all I did was make a little tuck spot here with one of the bookmarks. And then I have one of the cut aparts from the collection here. This book belongs to, so whoever receives this book, if you're making it for somebody else, you could write their name there. For page 1, I have a band closure. It just opens up, and then there is a waterfall here that has 4x4 photo spots. And then down here is one of the little tiny tags. This is from the 8x8 collection. Then here in this pocket, I've made a little booklet. I've used some of those ephemera pieces, room for 2 photos, and then just some of the decorative paper on the back. And this just closes up by sliding it right into that band. I tried to limit how many magnets I used. I did use, I think, 5 pairs, but if you aren't someone who wants to use a lot of magnets, closures like this and ribbon is a really good way to do that. Instead of making pocket pages, I've put ribbons on each of my pages so that they open up, so there's actually room for more photos inside. So I kept the focus more on the photos here. There is some decorative paper, but I wanted the photos to be the main feature on the insides of my pages. So I have a photo spot here. This is open, so the photo will slide behind it, and then room for 2 more photos here. On this belly band here, I've got a photo mat that has room for 3 additional photos. I will tie everything up off camera just to save some time here. This is one of the charms from the collection. This is something that you get if you purchase the full collection from Scrap and Create. It's a nice little addition, so I just have it hanging down here. This is another one of the die-cut ephemera pieces. And then it's a pocket that has a small photo mat. This is magnetized here. So it flips out, room for a photo here. And then in my pocket, I have another bookmark, and then I have a larger photo mat. So this album will hold a collection of full-size and smaller photos. On page 2, I have a triple pocket. This is a cut apart from the collection that holds that pocket down. In this pocket, I do have one of the smaller little tags, and then I have a little photo mat here that has room for 1 photo. In this second pocket, I have a photo mat that has room for 2 photos. And then in this third pocket, it's actually a shallow half pocket. I have another smaller photo mat. And these pockets are large enough that you could add more to them if you wanted to, and there's plenty of paper left over. So opening up on the inside of page 2, we have a spread of photos here. So starting with this, I've used some of the cut apart pieces to put tabs on these. So these will swing up and down. Room for another photo here. These swing in all directions, so you can move them any way that you would choose. And then we have a flip out here. This is open, so the photo will tuck behind it. This opens out, room for 2 more photos inside. On the back of page 2, I have another one of those little charms here. It's a book charm. I just think it's so cute. I've got the paper with another closure with one of those bands. So that pulls out. There is a photo mat on the top flap, and then in the pocket, I have one of the larger bookmarks, and then I've created a card with one of those die-cut ephemera pieces, and then I have 2 photo spots inside. These are open, so the photos will tuck behind it, and then it should have some of the decorative paper on the back. This is a deeper pocket, so more stuff will fit in there if you would want to place more in those pockets. So then I'm just going to slide my band in here to hold that closed. This is magnetized. Opens up, and I just put this image here, just the pretty paper, because I thought it was so pretty and it fit perfectly on that flap. And then we have a larger photo in the middle of the page, and then that just decoration popped up, so the photo will slide behind it. Moving on to page 3, we have another band closure. Opens up, and I've got more of these cut aparts. These are from the 12 by 12, so I have one here. And then on the back side, I have a swing tab, which I'll show you in a second. On this one, we have another swing tab. So it is a spread with 2 swing tabs that open up. And then both of these will open up so that there are 4 photo spots there for your photos. I'm closing these. We'll keep those flaps closed. And then under the belly band, we have a photo mat that has a little pocket on the back of it. And in this pocket, I stuck a cut apart card that you could put a small photo on and a bookmark. Now you could place another photo in here. You can put loose photos. You could put more photo mats under here as well. Whatever you would choose to do is up to you. So this and this close, and then this band slides together and holds that in place. Now opening up this page inside, we have a small flap here for a photo, has room for 2 more photos. And then we have this spot here, room for a larger photo. Then over here, we have a large pocket in the back with a large photo mat and one of those bookmarks from the 12 by 12 collection. Then down here, it is a magnetized closure. This flips up, and there's room for 2 more photos here. Flipping over for the back side of page 3, this is a magnetized flap. I didn't put much on it because, again, I didn't want to cover up the images. I think they're just so pretty. So I have a large flip out here. Looks like this got bent a little bit when it closed. So this has a this is open at the top, so the photo will slide behind it. These 2 flaps open up, and this is a photo mat here, room for a photo, but then it just got these loose photo mats inside that I have made, and they have different size photo spaces on the back sides. So it's really up to you to decide what sizes you would want. This obviously in the tutorial, I will go through the sizes that I'm using, but the nice thing about it is you can mix and match and change things if you choose to. Closing that up. Coming into the front of page 4, we have another one of those little closure bands. Then these open up, and they both actually pull all the way out, so they are little photo mats, and then they just slide right back in here. It doesn't matter which one goes in first, top or bottom, because there is plenty of room. So once those are slid in, just place that band together and that will hold those closed. Got another one of those charms. This is the dragon charm here. This is a magnetized closure. This opens up. There is room for the photo to slide underneath of here on this flap. I left this one just completely covered in the paper because I thought it was so pretty and add some decoration to the photo spaces. We've got room for 3 photos. This one is open as well, so you can tuck your photo underneath. Coming inside the 4th page, we have a large flap here with room for a photo, and then it flips up, room for another photo. And then here in the center, I have room for a full 4x6 photo, and this is open so that photo will slide behind that. This is one of the ephemera pieces, so it just has the backing still on it, so the photo can slide underneath it there. Over here, I have a stationary photo mat where you can slide your photo underneath of this. And then in my large pocket, I have a large photo mat with room for a photo to slide under there. And then I have one of the little bookmarks from the 12x12 paper. Then moving on to the back side here, I have another one of the die cut ephemera pieces, and I have them on 2 brads because I've cut the piece in half and made swing tabs out of them. So this one will swing up, this one will swing down. So these actually open up. They are little envelopes where there is a photo mat in each one, room for a wallet-sized photo on both of those. And then in the back cover, again, I just left it pretty plain because I didn't want to cover up this pretty paper. I did add one of the fussy cuts from the collection, and I tucked one of my bookmarks from the 12-inch papers right into there. Now you could put another photo mat there if you chose to do so. I just didn't because I didn't want to cover up that pretty paper. So this is it for the Stamperia Vintage Library mini album. I hope you have enjoyed seeing my album, and remember, if you are interested in making this album, there is a full free video tutorial available on my channel, so go ahead and check that out. Everything is linked in the description box below. Also, again, a very special thank you to Scrap and Crate for providing all of the papers and products that I used in making this album. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.